Elijah, thanks so much for the time. Again, Elijah's interview is brought to you by Marion Toyota. He is our Marion Toyota player of the game. Again, it's a loss, Elijah. I know it's not the result that you guys wanted here on the road. Just take us through. Obviously, I know the first game, trying to figure everything out. You guys have had 2 exhibitions. What was really the biggest conversation within the locker room for you guys?
We just need to come out and take care of the ball, play hard, and rebound. That was really the biggest 3 things we talked about. Obviously, defense is important, so that was one of the things we got to do a little better job of, but those are the things we talked about.
What's a few things defensively you guys felt like you could have done better now that it's over?
I feel like we could have got the ball out of Verdrovic's hands a little bit better.
How would you have done that? How do you do that?
Just keeping him from spinning baseline. We talked about that. We just got to clean that up a little bit better. He catches and spins pretty quick to the baseline, and not letting him get comfortable. As soon as he puts it on the floor, just immediately going to trap him, get out his hands quick.
Bursavich was such a load down there, Elijah. I know necessarily you weren't guarding him one-on-one, but what just makes it such a challenge going against a guy who, there's a reason he was preseason player of the year in the league. He's a really talented young guy.
I mean, he's a skilled big. I mean, he makes the right passes out of the post when you come and trap him. And one-on-one, it's pretty hard to guard anybody who can just take 5 or 6 dribbles. So we just got to get the ball out of his hands next time.
I know you guys have worked on it, practice at times, going through that 1-3-1 zone. It came in this game. Looked like initially it had success against you guys. What ultimately helped you guys break that and get into a little bit of an offensive rhythm?
Just not settling for threes in the zone. Like, that's exactly what they wanted us to do. Just keep getting into the paint and keep putting the ball at the rim. So I think once we started doing that, we started to settle down a little bit more.
You guys did a terrific job all in all taking care of the ball, especially first game, high pace, a lot of possession this game. What was kind of the difference tonight as opposed to like against North Park?
Just like practice and experience, plus the teams we played previously, they played a little faster, I'll say, but it was still a pretty fast game. But, I mean, just a lot of practice and emphasis on taking care of the ball, and I feel like we did a good job of that today.
Elijah, you guys, I know Coach said it a moment ago too, look, offensively was not the problem tonight. You guys dug a hole, 11 points there in the first half, but man, in a blink of an eye, you guys close out that first half really strong. I know they got the bucket at the very end to go up by 2, but what in that finite amount of time, Elijah, that you guys can build on and say, look, that's where we played to our standard there in those final 4 minutes?
We did a good job of keeping the ball out the paint, and I feel like we picked up our intensity. Like, we started playing tougher, and we pushed the pace better, getting out in transition, which I feel like that's where we best, and that's what Coach really puts emphasis on, getting the ball down the court faster. So we started doing that, and it worked out for us.
Look, we know how important Antoine is going to be to this team, and it really showed in this game, the big plays that he made from an energy standpoint. But how beneficial are these early games, Elijah, going to be for guys like Rollins, who's just a young guy out there, but, man, he's getting a lot of valuable playing time and experience?
It's very important. I mean, him, just like you said, just getting that experience and him just getting comfortable being out there on the court, being this his first time playing at this pace. I mean, obviously it's a difference between high school and college. So I feel like just him getting that experience is going to be real big for us later in the season.
We saw, Elijah, you got some speed, man, and you were able to get to the rack very quickly, and I felt finally got you guys going in the first half, and you continue that into the second half. Can you just describe that different gear that you have? And you have, no doubt, ability to shoot the outside shot. You showcased that tonight too. But that's a difference maker for you, Elijah. I think it really showcases where this offense can go when you have that ability.
Yeah, I just thank my teammates for spacing the floor and just Coach for believing me, drawing up the right players for me to just get downhill and just make a play. So they did a good job of that, and I just was able to execute on some of those things.
Thanks, Elijah. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, Elijah.